Hey love, it's me Lakeisha from LakeishaCorbett.com, and it is 6 a.m. here in New York. Forgive me for my somewhat raspy, struggle as fuck voice because New York weather is just trying to make me sick. And it's one of those things where I wear a high ponytail, like a high bun, and I can't wear a hat because I'm gonna squish my bun, so I don't wear hats. So I feel I'm getting sick. So I'm drinking some green juice and up way before my alarm went off, and I'm gonna go to yoga soon. So I'm excited about that. But I literally felt the need to hop on here. It's so crazy. I was doing my journaling this morning, and the idea of frantic manifestation just kept coming through to me. And I was thinking myself, and I was just oh my God, Lakeisha, I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for everything that you experienced. I'm so grateful for the frantic manifestations that you have had. I'm so grateful for those moments where your energy was all over the place and you had no idea what the fuck you were doing. So say hi if you're hopping on. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday. But so basically frantic manifestation is when you desire something but you're moving from a place of lack, right? So basically the idea that you want something but you're focused on the absence of it. You're focused on the fact that it isn't here. And the most simplest terms that I could ever put this in, the most basic way for everyone to finally understand this on a deeper level, is to talk about food. And the reason why I say the most simplest level is not to imply that you're stupid or you don't freaking get it, but I remember being in the space a couple years ago and trying to understand manifestation, trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. And I felt all the examples, all the explanations that I heard, they just weren't fucking making sense. They weren't practical for my life, so I couldn't truly understand it and apply it. And it was oh, okay, manifestation attracts yeah, I get that, but I don't understand why you would think that I'm attracting, an undesirable experience. Right? But the more I started to really understand it and put it into the simplest form, right? And really break shit down and understand what lack means, right? Focusing on my desire not being here, right? Being in a place of scarcity, being a frantic individual, the easier it was for me to come to terms on how to change my mindset, how to change my perception, how to really get my energy aligned with what I desire. So let's talk about food. Have you ever been, actually, I should change that from have you ever been to, how many times have you been to a restaurant? Let's say you're going out to dinner with your family, you're going out for brunch with your girls, or whatever the case may be, and you order your food, you place your order. Let's say you order steak and eggs. It's so funny because when I do examples, I always use steak, but I don't even eat steak. But anyway, I just know that it takes a long time to come. But let's say you order a steak and eggs, right? And you place your order in and you haven't eaten in 6 hours. Right now, there are two ways to go about this, right? You could be the person who every single time the waiter comes by your table, or literally you smell a sizzling plate or the kitchen door swings open, you're oh my God, is that mine? Oh my God, oh my God. And you're just so focused on every single thing else that you're not focused on what's happening in front of you. You're not focused on the conversation. You're not focused on the people that you're actually out to eat with. And one of the amazing things about actually going out to eat is the experience, the ambiance, right? Actually sitting at the freaking table and enjoying that moment. Because if it was truly just about you being hungry, you could have had takeout. You could have went to McDonald's, right? You could have went to that same restaurant and been hey, can I have this to go? There are a million ways that you could have gotten a meal. But you decided that you wanted something bigger. You decided that you wanted something next level. You wanted the full experience. So why the fuck are you sitting at this table frantically manifesting, right? That's when you put your order into the waiter and you're just like, okay, so how long is it going to take? Well, I know when I cook a steak in my house, it takes about 30 minutes. Okay, cool. But every 2 minutes that I see the waiter, I'm just going to be side-eyeing him like, where the fuck is my food? Good things take time, right? So when I think of my life and I think of frantic manifestation, I think about the fact that we put requests into the world, right? I remember saying, I need to be making $20,000 a month in my business. I'm freaking looking at all these other coaches. These bitches are making bank. They're flying first class. They're buying Mercedes Benzes like in cash. They're traveling all over the world. They're like retiring their spouses and buying their parents' homes and all these things. And I was just like, okay, so like, where's my victory? Where is my money? I need the 6-figure bank account right now. After I pay all my bills, I need it right now. And from that place, energetically, I wasn't in the right space for me to call that in because I was constantly focused on the number that was actually in my bank account. Or when I think about love, right? In the past, if you're constantly focused on the fact that you're single and that it sucks sleeping alone all the time and that, you know, you haven't been in a relationship for God knows how long, and the men that you do attract, the people that you do attract totally are just not somebody that you see yourself with, or you do see yourself with that person and then it doesn't fucking work out. When you're in those spaces and you're in that energy, you can attract something, right? When you're super fucking hungry and you're out to eat, you can get the food. Like, it isn't to say that the food is never gonna arrive, but it isn't gonna be a pleasurable state, right? When it does arrive, that literally you're gonna scarf it fucking down, that you're not even gonna enjoy it. And then you're just gonna be sitting there. Most of the time your stomach is gonna hurt because you've eaten so freaking fast that you're just gonna be like, you know, I mean, the food was alright, like it was an okay experience. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, I can't wait to do that again. No, because you were hungry, right? You were in a place of lack. You felt empty and you were craving something, right? But then there's another moment. And I like to use vacation as an example. I think about when I'm on vacation. When I'm on vacation, I can go a pretty decent amount of time without eating, right? There's something about the fun of being in a new city. There's something about having new experiences, getting to that amazing restaurant that you have no idea when you're going to be able to come back to, that allows you to deal with hunger. That when you get to the restaurant, when you place that order in for your steak or your pan-seared chicken or, you know, your veggie burger, whatever the hell it is that you're going to order in the restaurant, when you place that order, you're showing up from a different space, right? You're so excited, right? You're talking to your friends about all the cool shit that you just seen. You're talking about the experience. You're going through your phone. You're looking at all the awesome photos. You're talking about what's coming next, the party you're going to go to, the museum that you're going to go see. You're thinking about all these things. There's so many good vibes in the room that you're not focused or fixated, I will say, on the fact that you haven't eaten. And somehow in that moment, from that good feeling space, it's okay that you haven't eaten in 6 hours. The same 6 hours that in the States that back at home would have pissed you off. The same 6 hours that would have had you just like not giving the waiter a tip because you felt like he was solely responsible for the fact that your food did not come in 10 minutes. And you know damn well it takes more than 10 minutes to prepare a steak. So like I was saying, like frantic manifestation can get you the food, but that isn't a place that you want to manifest from. That isn't a place that you want to call in things from. You know, there are times when I remember when I was like, okay, cool, I need more money in my life. And I was like, okay, so if I take an extra shift, if I stay late, if I just stay late for 30 minutes every single day on my job, then you know, that's going to give me a little more money on my check. Maybe, you know, that'll give me like $60 more to play with or something like that. I don't know. The math escapes me of what logic used to come into my mind, right? But there was this idea of if I work harder, if I just do this one more thing, if I just pull another shift, you know, if I go out to a bar and I bag a bunch of guys, right? If I give a bunch of guys my number, right? It's a numbers game, right? If I give a bunch of guys my number, let's say I give 6 guys my number, then one of those guys, at least one of those guys has to be my Prince Charming, right? At least one of those guys gets to be someone who takes me out on dates and makes me feel really great. Hi, Cynthia. How are you, my love? Right? And from that place of frantic manifestation, it may feel fun, right? It may, like that first day at the bar, it may feel awesome. But then it's going to get to a point where I'm in the house and, you know, the guys aren't texting back, or they aren't writing exactly what I want them to say. They're asking me to come over to their house late at night or whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, this actually doesn't feel good, right? So this numbers game and this idea of what this is supposed to look like doesn't feel good for me. So what I understand and what I know now is you can't move from a place of lack. You can't focus on what you do not have. And it isn't to say that if you fucking grab your journal and you write out 100 things to be grateful for, that instantaneously your life is going to freaking shift, because that would be me lying to you. But what I can say is we want things because of how they make us feel. If I had 6 people texting my phone and they were all trying to hang out with me at like booty call hours, or they wanted to go out to dinner with me and they didn't freaking pay the bill, and they were just like, just so you know, I'm not paying for this, or, you know, a guy that's like, oh my God, I have a girlfriend, but like, you know, I still like you. I think you're cute. I want to hang out with you. That, from that space, that's totally going to crush my ego. That's going to put me into a space of just being like, damn, like all men are dogs. Like, why is this happening to me? Right? My energy, I'm just going to feel drained from a place of lack, right? So because I didn't have the know-how within me, because I didn't have, you know, the energy and the strength and the worthiness within me to just be like, sorry, Busta, you gotta go. You're mad whack. Like, I don't date broke dudes. I don't date dudes in relationships or whatever the fuck, right? See, that's from a place of confidence. That's from a place of worthiness. That's from a place of feeling whole. But when you're fixated on lack, whether it's in finances, whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's your family, whatever the fuck area of your life it is, you need to be fixated on having what you want and knowing that you get to have it. Knowing that, right? No scrubs, right? And just being in a place, in an energetic vibration of it just gets to fucking be easy. That when I place my order into the universe, when I tell the waiter what I want, I don't need to micromanage him. I don't need to be asking him every 5 fucking seconds where my food is, where is my steak. I don't need to. I get to enjoy my time. I get to enjoy my company. And I understand that good things take time. That it takes more time to make a steak than it does nachos. And it doesn't mean that I need to freak out about the fact that it's been 10 fucking minutes and my steak isn't here. Because if I wanted nachos, if I wanted to be a basic bitch and I wanted to put a basic ass request into the universe, then cool. I could get nachos. You know what's really funny? I don't like steak, but I fucking love nachos. But like, nachos take 5 seconds to prepare, literally. So it is what it is, right? It works for the purpose of this, you know, example. But when you manifest, you want it to be a pleasurable experience. You're not going out to a 5-star restaurant to have a bad time. If you're paying $100 for a meal, you want to enjoy yourself. So why not enjoy yourself when you put out those desires, when you put out your requests into the universe? When you say, I intend, I desire, this is what I want, why don't you just trust? Why don't you move into a space of saying, okay, cool, I'm going to feel good about this. I know that the universe always provides. I know that I'm always manifesting. I know that I'm a co-creator. I know that everything is going to fucking work out for me because it has in the past. And I freaked out and I stressed out and I made up all of these like bonkers ass scenarios where things didn't go right, where things just didn't work out for me. And it was pointless. It didn't make any fucking sense. So moving forward, I'm going to do things differently. Now when I go out to eat at restaurants, maybe I'll order an appetizer while I'm waiting for my steak. Maybe I'll do something else to make me feel good. And it isn't that I'm not focusing on my desire, but it's about the fact that knowing that when I place that order, when I make that request, it's just going to fucking work out for me. Because we want things because of how they will make us feel. And I'm going to feel better about devouring my steak or my salmon or whatever the fuck that I'm ordering if I was not starving. If I didn't feel like this was my last fucking meal. If I didn't feel like this was the meal that I needed in order to like curb my hunger. Because sometimes we act like we've never gotten anything, right? Like we go out to eat and we just feel like, oh my God, I haven't eaten. Literally my organs are shutting down because I haven't had a meal in 5 hours. Oh Lord, what am I possibly gonna do? Right? In the same way we feel when it comes to manifesting other things, right? When it comes to money, right? We're just like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay my rent. I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay my bills. Well, those other months you didn't know how specifically you were going to pay your bills, but you totally did. You didn't know how specifically you were going to, make shit happen in your life, but you always did. I think about how I used to make like $7 an hour working at Foot Locker. Good morning, Sherry. I used to make $7 an hour working at Foot Locker, and somehow I was always on vacation. Somehow I was always fucking buying sneakers. And it was just because I had the mentality that I'm always going to come up with the money to get what I want. I'm always, always, always going to have money for vacation. When I first fucking quit my job, literally, I quit my job, and like a month later, I booked a trip to Greece. And like the flight was $400 from New York. Mind you, I quit my job and I was moving to LA, and I was like, I don't know if LA is really going to work out, but like I really want to go to Greece. So I'm going to book a flight from New York to Greece, and I'm going to go to Greece. And I was like, I got 8 months to figure out how the fuck I'm going to pay for this trip, how I'm still going to pay for my bills and enjoy myself on this 6-day excursion, on top of the fact that I need to get to New York and back to LA. And I figured it out because we always figure out how to make shit happen. My mom, she was a single mom. She had 4 kids. For Christmas, she always figured out how to get us toys. She always figured out how to get me exactly what I wanted for me and my siblings. The same way that you do, right? When you fucking want something, you figure out how to make it happen. And you can do it from a place of frantic energy, from just being all over the place, from feeling like, oh my God, I'm down on my hands and knees and I'm begging God, I'm praying to the universe that shit finally fucking works out for me. Or you can do it from a place of being like, maybe I get on my knees, I don't know, depending on what your prayer situation is like. Maybe I just like fucking wake up in the morning and I'm just like, yo, shit is gonna happen. I'm gonna come up with the money. A guy is gonna walk up to me. A client is gonna message me. I'm gonna fucking feel good. I'm gonna get that promotion, and there's no use. It's a waste of energy for me to stress. It's a waste of energy for me to freak out about this. So when you move from frantic energy to ease and flow and natural manifestation, it's truly just about understanding and believing and holding the faith that you're fucking gonna get what you want. And how do you want to move into that? Because like I said, frantic manifestation can get you what you want. It can get you there. But that isn't something that you want to experience. That isn't something that is desirable. You're not like, oh my God, I love it when I'm freaking out all the time. I love it when my anxiety is in overdrive. But then I get it. Oh my God, it felt so good. No, that's not what you're saying. You're like, holy fuck, that was hard. I feel so depleted. I need to rest for 3 days because my energy was just drained. You don't want that. You want to feel good. And in feeling good, it's about understanding and knowing and seeing how far you've come. Literally, I write out all the time and I'm just like, yo, Lakeisha, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, your life was completely different. I'm so fucking proud of you. And being so fucking proud of me and seeing how far I have come and seeing how polar opposite my life was before, it feels amazing. Like I said, I used to make $7 an hour, right? That was my first job in high school. I think, it was like my senior year in high school. And that was 2009, right? We're ending the decade. So in 2009, I made $7.25 an hour. I wore a striped t-shirt. I worked like 3 hours after school. I worked weekends. It freaking sucked. And my bosses were annoying. And Foot Locker is open all the fucking time. Yet, now, here we are, 10 years later, I can literally make upwards of $190 on an hour-long coaching call with me. So, I've come a long fucking way. And now an hour feels so much better than it did when I was making $7. When I was making $7 an hour, it was fucking terrible. I felt like seconds were lasting forever. I would watch the clock. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do, I'm going to put these sneakers away. I'm going to do these little tasks. And then I'm going to look back at my watch and 30 minutes is going to have gone by. And then I would look at my watch and it'd be like 10 minutes. And it'd be like, holy fuck. Yet now I'll get on the phone with a client for an hour, and sometimes an hour and 5 minutes, or it'll be like an hour and 10 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, we went over the time. Oh my God. Love, we have to wrap this up. Like, this was so fucking great. It was so amazing to talk to you. All that shit, right? And it's about energy. It's about how you look at your time. It's about how you look at yourself and how you are moving into that space. The only thing that changed about me specifically from making $7 an hour to being able to make $197 an hour is the fact that I believe that I can make $197 an hour. I believe that somebody should be paying me that much money. It's just a belief that I have. So I don't freak out about it. I'm not like stressing out like, oh my God, I didn't book a coaching call this week. Oh Lord. How am I ever going to feed myself? How am I ever going to go on vacation? No, I'm like, girl, you have that vacation in mind, exactly that you're going to do. It's already freaking booked. You're just going to come up with the money to make it happen. And now I move from a place of ease. Now I move from a place of just believing that everything's always working out for me. Literally. And that's how you should be. You can have frantic manifestation or you can have natural manifestation. We are always manifesting. So are you going to be stepping from a place of, oh my God, I still don't have what I want, or I always fucking get what I want, so I'm not going to stress about it. I'm always going to figure out how to pay for my bills. I'm always going to figure out how to put food on the table. I'm always going to figure out how to go on vacation. I'm always going to figure out how to get that, tickets to that concert. I'm always going to figure out how to make shit happen. So I make shit happen. Just like that. So I have to go because I have to get ready for yoga. And if you're in New York, I am hosting a yoga event on January 4th. Yes, a Saturday. And I think it's going to be at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So just let me know if you're interested in coming to that. I'm so fucking excited about it. And for all of you awesome people who are not in New York and are just like, Lakeisha, I miss you. I want more of your energy. I am going to be opening up my monthly membership tribe. Again, Listen Up Universe, where you will get tarot card readings, you will get manifestation videos, you will get coaching and support, literally Q&A from me on a consistent basis. And that's going to be opening up in January. So if you are interested in more details about that, it's going to be $33 a month. And literally, it's going to be the best fucking money you've ever spent because you're going to get so much of me. And I just love to give. So I look forward to hearing from you all. I love you, love you, love you so, so much. Have a great day. Mwah.